Hey there guys, just wanted to make a quick video about these two doors that I made. Uh, I was just playing around yesterday, and I had the idea that maybe I could try attempting making a glass door since I want to make one like a couple years back, and well, I attempted and failed, and I wanted to see how far I'd come using redstone, and in about an hour or less, actually less than an hour, I came up with this solution, which I mean I've seen smaller, but for first attempt was really good. It has to be powered by a wooden button, and if you want to build this, just that's one side, that's the other side. Hopefully you can see what's required. And then I thought, what if I attempt to, build one that's, flush with the wall? So if you were to actually like implement this into a build, you'd have, some sort of wall or tunnel, and it would still have an indentation. So I thought, what if I could make one where instead of the glass being there, it was actually here? So that was quite a lot harder, but I somehow managed to make the entire door within this footprint. It's basically just a Jeb door mixed with that door. And I don't know how I did this, but I managed to get it in this small footprint. So here we go. And it's not that slow either. So yeah, I can explain how I did this. What I did is I have a pulse extender, and so I started off with a pulse extender, and the input can only be on that side of the pulse extender, not on this side, since the update order is just basically just barely fast enough, or just yeah. And so we have the repeaters going out here, which updates this trapdoor, which sends signal up to here, causing these pistons to retract. And at the same time, on both sides, we have a line of redstone dust going into this block and redstone torch, which pretty sure I could actually do better, but okay, why did I not copy? Okay, that was weird. Yeah. And so what we have over here is a block or just any item going through this hopper, and they go into a cycle, and since I think it's every 0.3 ticks that an item travels through a hopper, you get a decent delay from one hopper to another. So I did the same thing here, where you just have, and this also extends the delay longer than this does, so you end up with a longer delay between the two. So you have it. What happens is it updates this piston extender with a 1 tick pulse, which actually just does the extension. You can actually power it for a regular one of these double piston extenders for longer, and it actually will do the full extension and retraction within one cycle. Full extension and then retracting its own pistons without the block. But what I have to do here is I actually have to power this double piston extender 4 times, which you can see here if you watch. It goes 4 times. Or if you look at the pulses up there, actually. 4. And that's caused by the fact that when an observer is looking at pretty much anything redstone related, it will update when it turns on and turns off. And so this turns on, turns off, this turns on and turns off. And The reason why this one's shorter is because this guy on this side is actually in charge of powering the piston. So I decided to just leave symmetry behind, since I could compact it much more without the symmetry. This goes here, powers the rails, updates the pistons behind here to spit out the glass blocks, as you can see here. And it powers twice, but that's just a side effect. Since the first powering is the only one that gets registered, since the pistons are only there around there when when it powers for the first time, as you can see. And the timing's actually just right for this, and I had to figure out a way of getting 5 ticks delay, and what I just ended up doing was, instead of having a line there, just having 2 observers and a rail on top, since it doesn't connect with the redstone. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is just since I wanted to have this line go through here, I had to move the hoppers closer, and in order to do that I had to actually add more delay, and I did that through observers going around here and then firing back into the same redstone dust. So yeah, that's my door. And if you want to, I don't know if I'm going to make a tutorial on this, I might. We'll just see. Yep.